lovelies. This is 5 Minute Manifesting, and I'm your host, Lovey Brown. Thank you so much for listening. I'm thrilled that you're here. And today I want to talk to you about the thoughts that you connect to. So yesterday we talked a little bit about identifying the thoughts that are in your head, identifying what you're imagining, identifying where your focus is. So that kind of begs the question though, I can't really help that this thought popped in my head. I can't really help that, it crossed my mind that, maybe my specific person doesn't love me. And yes, I want to say that is valid, that, you're going to have thoughts floating through your head, right? We have, we've talked a little bit about thought transmission in the past, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about it more. But you're not really, you can't always control all those thoughts that come into your head. However, you can control which thoughts you pick up with your awareness and your focus and choose as yours. And choose as yes, this is the thought. I'm going to dive deep into it and it's going to be mine. So you're going to have these thoughts going through your head, and then you can really do this. I know it may take a little bit of practice at first, but you can step back from those thoughts and observe them and just kind of be like, oh, that's a thought about my specific person not loving me. I'm curious about that thought, but you don't have to identify with it and make it means that's true, or that means that's going to, affect me getting my manifestation. So that's what I mean when I'm saying you don't have to select all the thoughts. So if you think of manifesting as reality selection, so reality selection is where you're choosing the reality that you want to live in. You want to live in a reality where your specific person loves you and is committed to you, and where you love them and you're committed to them. And so if you're having a thought about them not loving you, then you can just kind of observe that thought, but you don't have to pick it up with your awareness and put the flashlight of your focus directly on it and then examine it and then adopt it as yours, right? And sometimes that happens so quickly in our mind that we really aren't, it's like all those little steps that I just outlined aren't happening. Because we go so quickly from having the thought to identifying with the thought. But you can, with some practice, make those two separate events, right? You're having a thought, and you're just gonna, and it takes a lot of practice, and you're not ever gonna be, maybe if you work at it really hard for the whole rest of your life, you can get really good at it. And but you don't have to strive for perfection, is what I'm saying. So don't get overwhelmed with the idea of you have to do this 24/7 and you have to examine each thought and decide whether you want to do that. That's not what I mean. It's just a practice. It's just something that you're going to start noticing and practicing. And when you notice you have grabbed onto a thought and identified with it that it does not support your manifestation, you're not going to make that a big deal. It's going to be easy peasy. You're going to be easy peasy with yourself. You're going to be light and easy on yourself in your manifesting practice. And you're going to be like, you know what, self, that's okay. It's okay. We have a fresh new moment right now to start over. What thought do we want to select? And that's why tools like affirmations and visualizations are really helpful. Because with affirmations and visualizations, that's like a pre-decision, a pre-selected thought, a pre-selected thing that you want to live in your imagination that you can just easily grab onto when those other thoughts are in your mind. When you're having the thought that your specific person doesn't love you, you can choose an affirmation that supports the manifestation that you're having. Now, I just want to remind people here, all of this work is between you and your internal world, right? If your specific person has said, don't call me, because you have contacted them too much, because you've been trying to take action in a 3D reality, then you don't need to call them, right? You're doing this work internally. and you're sending them love from your heart internally. You're not reaching out to them, and you're going to wait for the manifestation to bloom. And you will hear from them again, right? Like, you have to trust that process. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you so much for listening, and may you manifest exactly what you want.